My brother sold our childhood home behind my back. When I found out, he said, "You're too sentimental about a pile of wood and bricks." I took him to court. What happened next left him begging me for help. My name is Lauren. I'm 29-year-old. I grew up in a small town in Ohio with my parents and my older brother, Jason, 33-year-old. Our childhood home wasn't anything fancy, just a 2-story house with a big maple tree out front and a creaky staircase that groaned every time you stepped on it. But to me, it was everything. My dad built that house with his own hands when he was in his 20s. It held birthday parties, Christmas mornings, family dinners, and after my parents passed away, it became the one thing that tied me to them. My parents died in a car accident 5 years ago. I was 24. Jason was 27. They didn't have much money, but they left the house to both of us equally. The plan was simple. I would keep living there while finishing school, and Jason would stay in the city since his job was there. We agreed the house was ours together, and someday, if we ever sold it, we'd split everything equally. That house was the last piece of them we had, so I thought he understood how important it was. I was so wrong. About a year ago, I got a new job in another city. It was a huge opportunity for me, so I told Jason I'd be moving out temporarily, but I wasn't giving up the house. He told me he understood, even offered to keep an eye on the place while I was gone. 3 months into my new job, I went back to visit the house. And when I pulled into the driveway, there was a for sale sign stuck in the front yard. I froze. I called Jason immediately, demanding to know what was going on. He sounded irritated, like I was the one being unreasonable. "Look, the market's good right now," he said. "It doesn't make sense to let the place sit empty. We could make a lot of money." I told him we agreed. No selling without both of us. He brushed me off, said he'd already talked to a realtor, that things were moving quickly. I called a lawyer the next day, only to find out he had somehow filed paperwork claiming I had signed over my part of the house to him. The signature was fake, obviously. He had forged my name. I confronted him, furious. He didn't even deny it. He said he needed the money and that I was too sentimental about a pile of wood and bricks. I felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me. This was my brother, the person I grew up with, the only family I had left. I took him to court. It was messy, expensive, and it dragged on for months. In the end, the judge sided with me. The sale was stopped, and Jason was ordered to pay my legal fees. He was furious. He called me selfish, dramatic, accused me of ruining his life. Here's the part that really stings. Last month, Jason lost his job. He called me, practically begging me to help him pay his rent. He even had the audacity to suggest we sell the house together this time so we could both benefit. I told him no. Absolutely not. That house is staying in my name, and if he wants help, he can start by apologizing for forging my signature and trying to steal the one thing our parents left us. He hung up on me. Now my extended family is divided. Some relatives think I'm being cold because he's struggling. Others agree that he crossed a line you can't uncross. I lie awake some nights wondering if I did the right thing. But then I remember standing in front of that for sale sign, realizing my own brother had tried to erase me from my parents' legacy. No. He made his choice. A few weeks after I refused to sell the house, I got a call from one of my cousins. Apparently, Jason wasn't just struggling with rent, he had racked up massive gambling debt. He owed money to people who don't exactly send polite payment reminders. The house? That was his escape plan all along. He was never thinking about us or our parents' legacy. He was trying to sell the place quickly to pay off the people coming after him. And here's where it gets wild. One night, I came home to find a car parked outside the house. 2 guys sitting inside, engine running. They didn't do anything, just stared at the house before driving off. Later, I found out through another relative that Jason had been telling people he still owned the house and that he was the reason it hadn't sold yet, like I was the one messing everything up. It hit me then. If I had agreed to sell, if I had let him rope me into his chaos, I could have been dragged into his mess too. The final straw? He showed up at my door last week, looking exhausted, asking if he could stay in the house just for a while until he got back on his feet. I told him no. I didn't yell, didn't argue. I just said, you turn this house into a bargaining chip. I'm not letting you burn it down with your mistakes. He left without saying a word. Now, I've changed the locks, installed cameras, and my lawyer says I should be ready in case he tries something again. I still can't believe my own brother did this. But I also know this. Sometimes family betrays you in ways strangers never could, because they know exactly where to hit you so it hurts the most. Family ties don't excuse toxic behavior. Blood doesn't give someone the right to betray you or use you. Protecting your peace and boundaries isn't cold, it's necessary. Please like, share and subscribe for more stories. Thank you.